So welcome to the little mini tutorial that I'm going to be doing. I want to start off by showing you how I want to show you that when you approach hair, to not try and draw each and every individual strand. Hair is often in clumps. So for example, if I were to look at this hair, I can see here is so for example, here is a clump of hair. Okay, here is another clump of hair, and another clump of hair, and another clump of hair. And here's all, there's one clump, another clump, etc. So I'm not going to go and try and draw every individual hair, even at the bun. Okay, obviously you've got your round bun, but then you have individual clumps within the bun. Okay, so I'm not going to color in the whole head today because I'm going to be here for hours, and this is just supposed to be a little mini tutorial. So I'm going to focus on one or two sections and how I would approach this. So disclaimer, I actually have never done human hair in colored pencil, but I do a lot of fur. So I'm just going to take those same kind of principles and apply them to this. So I'm going to look for my light tones. So I'm going to look for these kind of colors first and do a base coat in that. So I normally have I know there's going to be some reflection, I'm sorry. I have a whole book of swatches of all my color pencils, and when I'm looking for a color I can either just ballpark on the pencils, or I come and look for a color that I'd like to use on. Okay, another tip is you don't have to get the colors exactly correct. If you've got the right tones and contrast, it's going to look more realistic if that's what you're going for. Okay, so I'm going to do one light patch and one dark patch. So I think I'm going to focus on, if I come here, I'm going to focus on this and probably this section of hair. Right, so what I would do is put down a base layer. And always move with the direction of the hair. That's layer one. Now when I work with hair like this, I always come from either side of where your shine is going to be. So if your shine's going to be here, I then do flicks of motion like this, so you can try and preserve that shine for as long as possible. And I'm just going through with an eraser to bring back some highlights that I might have lost. Okay. Then we're going to go back in with some warm siennas. Okay, so that's one section done. Now, mine doesn't look exactly like the profile picture or the reference photo, but I don't mind that it doesn't. I think, like I mentioned in my previous tutorial, the main thing focus on when you're doing any sort of color pencil work is layers. Layers and layers help make things realistic. It doesn't actually matter what colors you add in, just make sure you do layers and keep some tonal differences in your work. So make things that are dark dark and keep your lights light. Okay, and when you're doing your layers, don't press hard on the first layer you do. Always keep your layers light because it also helps you then erase. So if I want to add a stray hair, okay, that didn't work because my eraser is quite blunt. So let's just take that away. But I can add little pieces of stray hairs to make it look a bit more realistic. Right, then we're going to do the dark piece next to it. Again, I'm going to go with a base. I think my base this time around is going to be quite a bit darker, because this is a dark section of hair. Again, I'm going very light and going in the direction of the hair. If I look at my reference picture, the highlight is mainly here and a little bit here, so I'm going to try and avoid those areas. So now, while I wanted to preserve these highlights, remember these highlights are still quite dark because the rest of the hair is going to be dark. And if we want to just add some of those highlights back. Just keep going until you feel happy with the outcome, or until your paper gives out with layers. So I don't normally use this paper because it's very smooth, so it only takes a limited amount of layers. But I figured it would do for the demonstration. That's all I have to show you. Again, if you're not happy, just go